I'm Sharon Nichols. My husband and I, his name is Graham. We serve in Ecuador, South America, specifically in the coastal region in Santo Domingo de los Colorados. And we do children's ministry. God gave us a neighborhood and a community and a church of 300 to 400 children every month. What we love most is we get to love these children into the kingdom. We left our adult children, daughter-in-law, and our grandchildren because God said so. And we're just extended mamas and daddies and grandparents for all these children that God has given us to love into the kingdom. One Saturday morning when we began doing ministry 4 years ago in this community, I noticed this little boy going from house to house. I inquired because I wanted all the children in this neighborhood in ministry, and he wasn't part of the ministry. So I inquired from the leaders of the community, who is this child? Well, it's 10-year-old Fernando Panchana. And what he was doing was going from house to house asking for food for his siblings. He has a sister who is 9, he has a brother who is 8, he has another brother who is 6, he has another brother who is 4. Their mother is a single mother. Every sibling has a different daddy, no support, and she works in Quito, which is 3 hours away. So Fernando, when there is no food in the house, goes from community to community asking for food to feed his siblings. The beauty of Fernando is we've kind of taken him on as another child of ours. We saw a light in him that we see in all our children, but there was just something different about him. And he has been with us, not living with us, of course, but in ministry with us for 4 years. He just had a birthday. He's 14 this month. And we invited him that day to ministry. He never fails. He's always there. He had made sure his siblings were there. They walked 1 mile to ministry. They cross a large 4-lane highway to get there. He's in church every Sunday morning. He makes sure his siblings are bathed, dressed, and in church. One of the great things about Fernando is he always wants to help. If there's ever any event in the church, most of our children don't want to open their mouths to speak. He is the first to raise his hand. Please give me a part so I can give back to God. And it's something that we're teaching our children. You just don't come to receive, you're come to glorify God. And what can we do to glorify God? And so our ministry in that community had gotten so big. And he came to us one day about 6 months ago and asked us, why couldn't we go into his neighborhood and do ministry? Because the mamas in his neighborhood don't want their children to cross that large highway. So Fernando, to us, is the disciple of the disciples of the children that we have served. We go into his community also once a month. It is his responsibility. He has taken on this responsibility to gather all the children. We don't have a home to go to. There's no building. We meet in a cancha, in a field. He has the seats out. He goes from house to house. This is a 14-year-old boy. Now, he's not perfect. He's a 14-year-old boy. But he's doing things that 14-year-olds for Jesus I have never seen do. And his reasoning is, this is what he tells us, you loved me. You loved me. And you loved me the way I imagined God were to love me. And I want to love others the way God has loved me through you. And isn't that what we're supposed to do or want to do, to watch what we do, even as children? We expect that sometimes from adults to make the disciples. Children like Fernando Panchana will change the world for Jesus Christ because they've been loved and they want to receive and they want to give that love to others. It is, it really is. And it's our hope that all those other, and if not another child becomes the disciple that he does, it is well worth what we've done and what we do, because this child is just doing incredible things for the kingdom. It's only because of love, only because we noticed him, John. We noticed him.